Hello everyone and welcome to this video where I'll be taking you through a very easy escalation on the Hitman 1 map Sapienza, but in the Hitman 3 engine. This contract is the Szilassi Darkness. It is, as I say, very simple and easy to complete. One thing to note right at the start is that you do need to be going in with a sniper rifle in a briefcase. You cannot find a sniper rifle on the map, so you definitely need to take one in with you. One alternative to taking it in with a briefcase from the standard starting position would be to get it as a supply drop in the ICA safe house, but this is the route I've gone with for today's run. Just spawning with a sniper rifle, preferably a silenced one, in a suitcase that you can carry to this position, the chef's flat at the top of this block. Your first target is this man at the top of this tower. And for level 1 of the contract, you can just put a bullet through his head, wait for him to get to the bottom of the stairs, put a bullet through his head, and he won't be seen by the one other guard who is at the top of that tower. Pack your sniper rifle back up for cleanliness' sake, and we can go. I decided on this first level, I don't really know why, to climb down a different route to that which we'll take for levels 2, 3, 4 and 5. Yeah, the annoying thing about taking this route is that you can't really cleanly take the suitcase. Not that it matters, this is all much of a muchness, you could leave the suitcase. I don't know why they don't add some kind of, I don't know if it should be a precondition to a silent assassin rating, but there should be some kind of recognition that if you take the suitcase, or if you take weapons, if you leave weapons in the map, then that is, not a clean silent assassin type behaviour, is it? You're leaving things which could potentially be traced back to you. I mean, I'm sure 47 is using, untraceable weaponry, but still, you're giving them a clue as to who you are. He's got gloves on, so probably no prints, but, DNA, gunshot residue that can be linked were he to be caught to his clothes, all relevant considerations. Anyway, so we speed away on the speedboat. Later on in the contract, you will have to use that speedboat as your means of egress, but at this first stage, you could have chosen other exits if you wanted. Anyway, there we go. That gives you a taste for how simple this contract is going to be. We basically just fulfilled pretty much all of the criteria from level 1 to level 5 in that first run. Anyway, as you'll see, I do it a bit more efficiently for the next 4 runs, I suppose. But yes, do remember that you need to spawn in with a sniper rifle in a container. It will also help you a lot to have the lockpick, because as you'll see, I used that lockpick to get into the chef's apartment, which is the location that I think is best for shooting from. But you could do it without a lockpick. Of course, you could shoot from the outside of the ICA safe house. You can also spawn into the ICA safe house, so there are ways to do this differently. But this is how we're doing it today. Now, so the complication for the second level is that you have a second target over here. Now, he's easy enough because you can see him from the same point. He's down there on the jetty fishing. And you can easily hide the body because shooting him necessarily throws him into the water when you get him from this angle. But what you need to remember is that the man fishing next to him may well see him go in, and that would count as a body seen. What you need to do to guard against that is to put around into the jetty just to the man's right. So that's what you saw me do, and that's what you'll see me do again in the next round of the escalation. One shot to the right hand side just behind him to get him to turn around, to turn basically the opposite direction from our target, then immediately just you know, move your scope back over to the target and put your round into his head. Doesn't have to be his head, except for later on when we get to another round of the contract where it does have to be his head, but it makes sense to aim for the head. Not a particularly difficult shot, especially if you manage to smuggle in a sniper with a variable scope with good levels of zoom, like I have gone with. The Szilassi Ghost is what I'm using. I did think about going with the sniper rifle that you unlock from the Li Hong derivation, which is that lovely, nice, ornate golden dragon sniper rifle. But I decided to go with the one which is actually, you know, in my view, the most kind of Hitman-y, assassin-y sniper rifle, which is this cool little bullpup, subsonic, multiple range scope. It's just, you know, it's the perfect 47 weapon if you ask me. Today we're rocking the Kashmirian suit, which obviously is an unlock from Mumbai on Hitman 2, and kind of appropriate, fitting, because the Kashmirian, the character whose suit this is a sniper. So yeah, I thought that was fitting. There we go, round just behind him and to his right, and then knock him in via headshot. See? Lovely. And then again, just remember when you're taking out this target, you want him to be at the bottom of these stairs. Then his body won't be seen by the other guard who's up on that tower. So whilst I'm, you know, walking you through the fashion choices and things that I've made for this contract, why don't we talk about the briefcase that I'm using today? It's the Hunter's briefcase, Hunter's case or something, from the Dartmoor Escalation, the Percival Passage, I believe it's called. I've got a video on that, so check out the other videos on my channel. But that is the suitcase that you unlock by doing that escalation. It's one of the deluxe edition escalations, so sorry if you don't have the deluxe edition. I'm sure there's a way that you can top up to the extra content, but yes, as part of the set of things that you unlock for doing that, you get this cool brown leather briefcase. So yes, the Kashmirian suit, the brown leather briefcase, the Szilassi Ghost sniper rifle. That's my loadout for today. And I think it's quite a 47-y ensemble. So, level 4 of the contract. And I think this is the round at which they add the requirement to, yes, to kill your target with a headshot specifically. As long as you've got a decent scope on your rifle, I can't see how that's going to prove too difficult for anyone. I am using a mouse and keyboard, so I don't know if that makes any difference to anyone. It may well be more difficult to score accurate headshots on PlayStation or Xbox. Yeah, it helps if you have one of the one of the sniper rifles that's got the focus mechanic, so you can hold shift and kind of slightly slow down time and hold your breath. Just makes it a tiny bit easier, not that it's really necessary. Anyway, as you can see by now, I'd got this down to a kind of fine art, and it's quite clinical. Probably about no more than 2.5 minutes per round. Yeah, out of interest, that woman, as you're leaving the block that has the chef's apartment at the top, that woman always seems to try and get in your way. It's one of the only reasons to try and be particularly quick in this contract, is that if you're not quick, then that woman will get in your way, and if you meet her at the wrong moment in the doorway, it's just a blooming annoyance. So yes, as I've already mentioned, since about the second level you do have to be using the speedboat as your method of exit. No great inconvenience, just requires a little bit of a jog, really. So there we go. That's level 4. Now on to level 5. Yeah, so that mission time was 1 minute and 53 seconds, which is not bad considering I'm not using like a special starting location to make it ultra fast. Like I say, I think you could spawn in the ICA safe house and you'd probably get it down to like... It's probably doable in under a minute, maybe. I don't know, that might be pushing it, but no, it probably is doable in under a minute. Maybe I'll make a video trying that, but given how repetitive this video has been already, I probably won't be eager to return to this particular contract. But I have to say, being back in Sapienza was nice. I loved this map. It's probably my favourite from Hitman 1. And to play it in the Hitman 3 engine, it's just very nice. I don't really remember having done this contract during the time I was playing Hitman 1 either. So yeah, nice to have a good reason to go back. I think when I was playing Hitman 2, I never really felt a reason to go back and do kind of extra missions and contracts from Hitman 1. I did the kind of Patient Zero storyline and everything, but yeah, it's good that in Hitman 3, because they've partly this is the psychological reason why I'm going back to Hitman 1. They've actually removed the Hitman 2 levels for now from those of us who own Hitman 2. We have to wait until IO Interactive comes up with a system for porting locations as well as progress. So that's fun. I don't mind massively, I suppose, as long as it gets fixed reasonably soon. But it is annoying that is a problem that's being caused pretty much entirely by IO Interactive's deal with Epic Games. Because I own Hitman 1 and 2 on Steam, and I've been able to carry over progress, but you can't carry over locations, i.e. you can't carry over your access to Hitman 2. They give you Hitman 1 as a kind of nod to the fact that you are not getting to carry over all the rest of your locations, but they don't think to give you Hitman 2. At least not yet. Allegedly, a fix is coming. There we go, mission time there, 1 minute and 52 seconds. So I shaved 1 whole second off round 4. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and my rambling and the very repetitive contract. Thank you and goodbye.